Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, doggies and piglets. 101.1, the new Rat Radio. I'd like to introduce my panel member number one to my left. January 20th, 2016. Our first engineer, Rafa.
Hey, what's up? It's good to not be hosting and to be able to make wisecrack remarks right here from the peanut gallery.
How are the levels there, Rafa? We good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. To his left, the man himself.
It's me. My name is Griff.
Griff, great to see you, brother. Looking
Thank you.
good, sharp.
Thank you.
To his left, the Lizady in the group.
Hey, guys.
Well, my voice cracked when I said that.
Oh, damn.
Anna, how you doing?
Good, Manny.
Welcome
How are
home.
you? Yes, thank you.
How was New York?
Really great.
How was Art?
Really good.
All right. He's cool.
I have an inside joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Manny Rionda. Rafa is asking me to host tonight, so I'm going to host tonight, and we're gonna spin around, have some fun, and anything that you hear here, don't necessarily believe it. Don't believe all of it. Rafa, is that accurate?
Yes, very accurate.
All right, cool. Well,
All right.
I'd like to start tonight with just kind of get out of our little norm and just get a little serious for a second. And Rafa, man, I'm looking at you, dude.
Oh.
You are the straw that stirs the drink around here, brother.
Oh, thank you.
We, the panel here, we put something together for you, and we want to present you with something. It's really nice.
Yay!
Really? You guys. I'm the panel today.
Well, we know
Okay.
it's a collaborative effort.
I'll take
always.
it. Let's see. What is
Yeah,
it?
just say
I'm
always a
happy. What is
collaborative
it? Thank you.
Well, we're gonna get serious here, and we're gonna talk about the last bag of delicious Georgia pecans.
Fresh mammoth Georgia pecans?
Fresh mammoth Georgia pecans. Yes, indeed, Rafa.
Really?
Rafa,
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Rafa.
And we went a step further and we prepared them the way you like. Amanda, can you help me out here, please?
Yeah, sure.
Hang on a second. Let's see if we got this.
Wow, this is really something.
One of those sides is already open.
Oh.
That's how it had to be.
There
It's
we
right
go. There we
Feel
go.
it?
Oh, wow, what a surprise. Well, thank you very much.
Rafa, we know how much the pecans mean to you.
Guys, you don't even know.
Well, our
Because-
listeners know.
Our listeners know how excited we got.
I had a surprise for you guys, too.
Oh, this is good.
And it's a bag of fresh mammoth Georgia pecans.
What the hell?
Prepared for us. Ready to go. I did the
No.
same thing. I put them back
Hard
in the
opening.
bag.
Hang on, he's opening.
I put them back
reopening
in the bag.
These
I'm a little
pecans.
confused. Is
These
this real?
pecans they were purchased and they were raw. They were just raw.
Yeah.
And in their bag, and you can check it out on, you'll post a picture of this, I'm sure, Rafa.
What?
But you had to take them out of the bag and then do some kind of treatment to them. You had to do.
I'll tell you because I did it.
All right.
I can't
you put
believe
them.
this, guys. It's a little
that's
bit.
amazing.
Jonathan and I are.
You beat up an egg white, and you get it into frothy mode. If you don't know that, if you've ever made a gin fizz, you know what that's all about.
Delicious.
So you froth up an egg white, and then you take a cup of sugar, and you add about a tablespoon of nutmeg, freshly grated nutmeg if possible, a half tablespoon of cloves, another half of salt, and some cinnamon, also about a tablespoon. And then in mine, this wasn't in the recipe, but I put cayenne pepper because I wanted them
tasted
to
it. I
wanted them to be a little spicy. And so I think it's awesome that we both brought the bags.
I can't believe it. Are
Can't
you
believe
guys?
that.
I
Can't
really
believe that.
can't.
believe
Manny
that.
texted us during the day, sent us a picture.
You know what we
was
should
I
have
got a
done
gift
is
for
I shouldn't have
Rafa.
told you guys. And then we would have done it here, and both of you would have been like, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm still surprised. Trust me, that's
Still,
funny.
right?
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's awesome.
Well, that's how much
great.
love there is in here.
Awesome, guys.
Sure, man, for sure.
Awesome.
So,
We're all on the same page.
it's beautiful when the stars
Well,
line
thank
like
you.
that. Like the planets right now are lining. I don't know if you saw that, but anyway, we're gonna get to our next section, man. So
Play the.
we're gonna talk about what are you listening to, and it's a big weekend with the music. So Rafa, why don't you take us in?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn. That was good.
All right.
So which section are we doing?
Music.
Music.
Music? Oh, all right. This is different.
Why don't you start it off, Rafa?
All right. It's David Bowie, and the song's called Andy Warhol. And it's on the Hunky Dory album. It's a real accessible song. It's like an acoustic song. It's jamming, rock acoustic, and I think you'll like it. And of course, I'm still not over the Bowie thing, and I probably won't be for a long time. I think I'm going to keep recommending Bowie until there's no more songs left.
Well, there's that Bowie event that I sent you a picture of that today. Now at Gramps next week, Thursday.
Oh, it's next week.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I thought
'cause
it was
tomorrow I'm
this-
super
I
busy.
thought it was
All
I think I
right.
said Thursday the 28th. It's next week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's karaoke.
check that out.
It's
Yeah,
Bowie
so
karaoke
Let's
at Gramps.
sang. Let's sang. It's
It
coming.
is the 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Griff?
I've been listening to this week Bill Withers on YouTube. There's actually a great concert, and it's about half an hour long, and it was done on BBC in '79, and all the songs are great. Yeah, it's lovely.
All right, Rafa. I'm not taking notes on what they're listening to, but we'll just listen
Don't
to
worry.
this.
Listen to it
Yeah.
later.
All right.
Mine is going to be a band I've never really heard of before, but I Shazammed them the other day. And I'm really digging it. The band is called Gun Outfit, and the song is Scorpios Vegas, an album called Dream All Over. When I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, this sounds like a little bit like Courtney Love is singing. And although some argue that she's not the best singer, I don't care. I like the vibe. It's cool. It's from last year, so it's new, and I like it.
We'll give it a listen.
We can't.
No,
Okay,
I mean
can
we will.
Can we pause? Can we pause for a second? Because
Yeah.
apparently we don't have sound on the
We're on the air?
air, so I'm gonna
Oh.
fix that real quick.
Pause.
All right. How long has that been?
I mean, you can keep talking for the recording, but
Oh, so we're still being recorded.
Well,
Are
I'll give a second song then. Because I put it on last night in the car ride home and Rafa freaked out. And it was so good. It's a Bowie song.
Wow.
New Angels of Promise.
You
So
want us
good.
to test it on the boat, Rafa? You need light?
We need like hold music.
we get a live report. Can you call?
Nobody's
Let me know.
listening, dude.
No one's listening.
Yeah, we got one listener who says we're dead air.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hey, listen.
with the recording going. But
Hey, listener.
Hey, listen.
I know you can hear me.
But can you call us?
Oh man.
Can you call us as soon as you can hear us?
Who's
How's
a
that?
Faithful, loyal
Um,
listener.
My wife.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out, Gato.
Thank you.
okay, now we should be good. See if it's good.
You want to? Whoever just
Yeah.
texted you?
We're in.
We're back.
All right.
We are. You got the confirmation?
Yeah, we're in. Thanks to my beautiful wife.
Carolina.
Awesome. Thank you, Gato. The best.
My lovely wife, Oprah.
Yeah, you wish.
Is that a thing? Is that a joke?
Music, listening to. For some reason on my phone, a new playlist came up that I don't know how it happens, but it's just being pushed right there every time I
Cool.
turn my phone on.
Okay.
And I hadn't heard it in a while, but listen to some of the songs, man. I love the English beat.
Yep.
Spa with me.
Did you see them
Spot
when they
with
were
me?
here in Boca like a
Spar
couple months
with
ago?
me.
Spar with me.
Spa with me. Spa with me. I don't want to see your bad company. Eh.
They played in Boca a couple months ago.
Yeah, I know. I
Did you
missed it.
go?
I was out of
Oh,
town. Yeah, I was out of
Lame.
town.
Can you pass me a fresh Mammoth Georgia pecan, please?
It would be my
While we're in
sincere
music-
pleasure.
I want to
Yeah.
talk about a concert that's coming up that I've been begging all my friends to go to with me. Galactic is playing on Saturday night. The problem is that it's in freaking Fort Lauderdale.
It's not that bad.
What's wrong with that? And
It's far.
So what? That's an Uber.
That's what I said to the friends last night.
How many
No
friends
one got
are you?
excited.
How many are you? How many? I mean,
I
you.
don't know. I mean,
whatever.
do
You
you
put
guys
4 in a
wanna go?
friend. You put 4 in a car.
Yeah. It's a
Someone
cool
picks up the
Revolution.
Uber.
No, granted,
Somebody
Revolution
buys them
Live,
drinks all night.
Revolution
Somebody
Live
picks the
is
Uber
cool.
back.
It's easy.
Revolution Live is cool, and I think we should all go.
It's a good
Galactic
venue.
is an awesome
I
jam
can. I
band.
can. I
All the
have
New
a-
Orleans folk went with me like a year or two ago.
Nice.
It was cool.
I'll tell you, it brought me down. I mean, I'll put it in my head. I have to whenever these things happen, oh, we're gonna do something big, and I'm not that into it off the bat because I don't even know the band. I have to mentalize it all week, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then the day comes around, and it's not like an effort to do it, you know?
We'll start mentalizing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting, Rafa, that you do that.
Send him some music.
I will. Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. Good music listening to Weekend Talk, brought to you by Rafa.
Oops.
Very nice. That's called Oops. It's an original.
All right.
And so it was a great weekend. Great weekend. And I want to start with you. What did you do this weekend?
I left right after the show. I left on Thursday morning to New York to go see some art.
To see art, right?
To see
That's
art.
the art.
Yeah, to see art.
Okay.
And it was just a cool weekend. I did chill with Key Rat over there in Brooklyn. Shout out to Mikey.
Who's that?
Mikey.
Mikey.
There's a lot of Bikies.
Bratton.
Yeah.
Mikey Bratton?
Yeah.
Nice.
He lives out in Brooklyn with his wife Eliette, which is also a friendly face around here.
Sure.
And we had so much fun. They had me over their house. We drank some wine. Went
Brooklyn
to dinner,
is
went
like-
dancing afterwards.
Brooklyn is super cool.
It's super cool, and they have the coolest dogs. This like wolf-looking thing. I don't know what it is really called.
Glad to hear you're doing well, Mikey.
Yeah, I had so much fun. With them. Right out of the weekend was great. I had a great weekend, but I definitely missed out over here. You guys had a busy weekend.
Yeah, well,
Quite the weekend.
it's a fun weekend. Beautiful weather. What about you, Griff?
What did I do? I did Friday, did the scavenger hunt. Blast, had a great time. We were all on golf carts. My golf cart didn't make it. And that's it, pretty much. Oh, yeah, on Saturday we went to a good friend's birthday, Laurent, and that was my weekend. Scavenger hunt and a
That's a
birthday
nice,
party.
good one. It sounds like a nice, restful one for you.
Very, very.
That's great. That's
Especially
great.
after Friday.
Friday did the scavenger hunt. We'll talk about that in a bit. Saturday went to Laurent's. I was way too tired and I got sick Friday and I just couldn't make it like all night. You try drinking and it doesn't even work.
I think
And
that's
so you
happening.
go, and
in
so
the
you get
industry.
tired and you go home when you're really sick. But then Sunday I went on this weird bus tour that I've been on before, but this time it was much cooler because it
Hey.
was, because Anna wasn't there.
Damn it.
Again?
Last time I went with Anna, they do these weird Miami bus tours, and it's like
That's what it's
artists lead the tours, and they take you to each time they do it is a different artist, and they pick what they want to do. So this time it was this artist named Autumn Casey, and she's an artist, but what she wanted to show us was like what her music scene is, because she's in a band called Snakehole, which is like a thrash rock band that sounds like
Sounds like Snakehole.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like that name, exactly.
Yeah.
So she takes us to like just cool places. The thing was billed as like, oh, we're gonna see like what was it, like abandoned or unutilized spaces around Miami for whatever. But in reality, she was just showing us like cool spots that she thought were cool. So we go to Miami Beach. This guy's apartment. His name's Rat Bastard, and he's had this apartment for 25 years, and he lives in it. It's a one-bedroom apartment, and he's got his bed, and the rest of the apartment is a recording studio. From wall to wall, everything is guitars,
You went to his
records.
house.
Yeah, went in the house, a recording booth. Like everything is recording except for his little bed in the corner, which honestly it was like made in real nice. It looked like he had a maid over or something because everything was clean and everything. He has in that same room with his bed, he's got 3 pianos and an organ. Just music everywhere. It was awesome. We got to play all the instruments and go nuts. There's guitars all over the wall. This guy, he records bands in Miami for free. Okay, which is huge because if you're like starting out and you don't.
So when
And
the
then-
band see him coming, they say, "Hey, there comes Rat Bastard."
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's his name. They said he got it from a band that he was in. It was like his nickname in a band like 20 years ago or
Sure,
something.
he wears it like a.
Yeah, and now he's like, I mean, if you look him up, if you Google him, it's easily the first hit for that.
It's a
Rat
good
Bastard.
brand. That's a good brand.
So he's doing that. Then he
Key
runs
Rat
this other
Bastard.
thing called the International Noise Conference, which is like a three-day concert at Churchill's where bands go and make noise, and it's just noise. It's just nuts, dude.
It's a thing. People
Yeah,
are. People
yeah,
are,
people into
Oh,
that
I
noise
saw
music.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
It's been
that when I
happening
went to
for years,
Churchill's
huh?
that night. It was the Stones night. There were people that came up and just did it. It's like an interpretation.
It's nuts. So we go to that guy's house. After that, we go to another house with this artist, Stuart Sheldon. He has this house that he's been renting, and they're going to tear it down. And so he asked the landlord, like, if you guys are going to tear it down, do you mind if we, like, make this into, like, a art exhibition project / studio, the whole thing? So you get inside the house. First, the whole outside of the house is spray painted gold. Every single fixture, everything is just gold, gold, gold everywhere. You walk inside. To the right, he's got his studio, so it's like a regular painting studio, and you see all the paint and all the crap. But then to the left was what they exhibited for Art Basel, which was like the kitchen. The entire kitchen was painted like a matte olive color. So like imagine every single thing, everything is just like a matte olive.
And this is all spray painted.
The kitchen might have been regular paint. I don't know, but it was. Then the next room, it was all gold, and then it had like $100 bills, probably fake $100 bills, but whatever. Like a trail of just like a line. Imagine like a dotted line made out of $100 bills running through the whole thing, and then like a gold surfboard hanging, and then like a mannequin hanging, and you're like, what the hell? It looked really cool. And then the next room,
that's so cool.
there was a room that somebody had taken like a sledgehammer to and knocked down everything. It was just all rubble, and then there was a neon sign that said something that I thought was kind of cheesy. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember looking at it and being like, whatever. And then
imagine Rafa there with all these artists. Whatever.
Yeah, like I didn't think
Not
it was
for
that.
me.
You know, yeah, it wasn't for me. And then I don't know. There was a bunch of rooms like that, and the ones that struck me the most were the kitchen, which I loved. I was just like in the kitchen. I just liked that everything was so uniform. It was so nice.
Sounds
so
awesome,
drab.
man.
And so then from there, we go to the artist's house, like this Autumn Casey girl. Who, I don't know how old she is, but she must have been younger than me. Go to her house, and they put on a show for us. 8 people live in this house in Little Haiti. A lot of them are musicians. Two people come up. It's a guy and a girl. Their band's name's Dracula, and they play one acoustic guitar, and they both sing and harmonize. And they play like a mixture of like old Mexican songs and new stuff that they wrote, and they play in the bathroom for us, so the acoustics are better. So you have
How do you
a whole
always
line
come across
of people.
these types of things? I mean, the other time
You gotta look for it, man.
Remember when he was at Austin's wedding, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Junkanoo story. That was a great
Junkanoo
story.
stuff. It was almost the same thing.
It's all out there.
You just gotta find it, man. You gotta get out of the little
why don't you-
clicky box we live in
That's it.
and
You
go
should
for it.
you
You
should
know?
have a like
So anyway, I see that band, then I see Snake Hole, and then I see some other band. Actually, Snake Hole was last. It was all very rowdy, and I found out they have shows at that house all the time,
We're going.
and they post up like a flyer, like, "Hey, come over, $5," and we're going because it's such a rock and roll, like it's just
How do you
rock
find
and
out
roll
about
to
that?
the thing.
just got to know.
I followed her on Instagram. Her Instagram is all one word, litclit __.
There you have it. That
There you go.
explains a lot.
Ralph, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because you forgot to mention it on your weekend talk. On Thursday night, you went to a concert at Churchill's.
On Thursday,
Yeah, I wish I
went
could've
to a
gone to.
concert of a band called Mothers, where it's a 4-piece band. They are about to release an album, and it seemed to me that they are a top caliber band, and they're gonna make it big on the indie scene. I mean, if you listen to indie music, you'll probably hear about them. Chick singer, amazing voice, and then when I got there, the energy is much higher than anything of the recordings I had heard. It was way better. And then they played this. Her voice is like this voice. It's amazing, but then her voice was the perfect fit for this cover they did of Devo's Gut Feeling, and she's like, "Got a gut feeling," and it was so good. It was just so good. Anyway, that was my
sounds
weekend.
like
And then yesterday I went to the corner. I had a good time there
Sounds
too.
like a full weekend. That's right. Yeah, we've already established that the weekend could be pretty much any day between Wednesday and Tuesday.
Yep, that's
So
it.
that's the weekend talk.
Yeah.
And my weekend was nice. It was, we did the scavenger hunt Friday night, and then Saturday morning went to the Keyhole after the scavenger hunt. Home really late. Woke up really early because it was a dead calm day, and we have a new member to Chico's Paddle Club. First pig ever in the paddle club. So you've seen the pictures.
nice.
Some people have seen the pictures, and it was a beautiful day. And on Sunday, we did over there in the GD. We did a little barbecue in our building at 155. like 4 families came together on Sunday. On Saturday, since it was so calm, some of the guys went across and they got some fish.
Nice.
They went to Cat and Bimini for the day. Went over there, cleared early, fish dove, brought back some nice hogs, lobsters.
Good eating.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
grouper, and then we had a nice barbecue out there watching the football.
Very cool.
It was very nice.
We all had good weekends.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Productive.
And I'll tell you what, at our party on Sunday, it was some great families. The Hardy Warners, the Brian Connell. I don't know if you know Brian, but Lang was there. Faya, Mike Davey and his family. It's a nice group of people, and the kids were just going crazy right there. We need a park over there. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, I'm telling you, the kids were like out sort of on the street and stuff. So
That's at the Garden District. Yeah.
GD.
The GD.
over there in the GD. All right, man. Well, let's. I mean, you know what? What time we got here? It's 6:53. Wednesday night, of course. Our Wednesday is one of our favorite nights around here
It is.
among this group. 101.1. It's the new Rat Radio station. The new Rat Radio, 101.1.
We had to switch.
Tell your friends.
Had to switch. Tell your friends. Some people outside over there in the dock. I thought it was 104 point something. I was like, it wasn't. Forget that. Erase that from your memory. Erase that from your memory.
Get it.
Yeah, that's right. So let's do. I mean, the weekend. The weekend was. We kind of just brushed over the weekend a little bit, but there was a lot of talk in the town this weekend. There's a lot of talk in the town this weekend. So let's cue up the next segment here, Rafa, shall we? What do you got for talk of the town tonight?
What? Talk of the town.
I mean, what more is there to say than, I got 2 words for you, man. Calusa Club. These guys, Calusa Club, have come together as a nice group.
That's us.
I
Me
don't
and
know if
Griff.
that sounds good on air.
Griff, Rafa, who else is in the Derek, Gannon.
Grant and Chris
And Matthew.
and Matt.
Awesome organizational skills, just general good vibe, bringing people together, connecting people, which is the beauty, man.
Of all generations.
And doing it with a splash and a heavy dose of paprika and love for Key Biscayne. So there's the spice and the nice.
So, what was your favorite thing? To do with
Let's talk about it, man.
Okay.
The scavenger hunt. I mean, it was to be there at 7:30. First of all, it was raining all day.
Yes.
Remember, Rafa?
Oh man, yeah, we
How-
were scared.
You were freaking out.
Everyone was freaking out.
Who was sending out the advisories?
Grant.
Grant was
And
head
what
of
was
our
he?
social department.
It's on. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's on. Right?
Well, you had a lot of people on Facebook saying, hey, look, it's raining. It might be really, flooded. Is it safe for the golf carts? And, luckily it all dried out. And it was fun.
You know what? The forecast, as it developed, looked very favorable to stop raining at 6 for a
Exactly.
7:30 call.
Exactly.
Right, Rafa?
Yeah, and the tide was to go down, because the flooding is all depending on the tides, right? So the tide was supposed to go down right at 6:30, and it did, and of course the tide did.
It was
really
all
the weather was.
So did it
the
rain,
thing.
guys, or no? Fun?
no,
it
so
rained.
at all.
So, no,
Not during
so-
the hunt, no.
So
Good.
so I was with my team chatting with my team and saying, hey, listen, we were gonna take trucks. We had trucks lined up, dude. Was that legal or not? to have a
Yeah, it
truck?
would have been fine.
It would have been fine. But we had trucks that were gonna go through the most flooded day of Key Biscayne, right? But I'm like, look, let me go do a little recon, and sure enough, like Rafa said, cleared out. Right?
Yeah,
It was good. It was a good
yeah,
event.
it was good.
So we get to the beach club at 7:30. It's flooded. You can't go in there. And Rafa, talk to me about that scene. I mean, Griff, you guys put together a bar and a food, like it was almost like a food truck there.
What did you guys do? What did you guys have?
So first of all, one thing that I thought was that I told these guys that I thought it was pretty funny was like, guys, we're missing all the little details because. And I told them that I thought it was because we don't have any women in the
I was
group.
about
I was
to say
like,
that,
there's no
uh-huh.
women in the group, and we're missing all the little details that are gonna make this nice. And I was like,
Napkins?
we need some we need that kind of stuff. And then so I bought some tablecloths,
Yeah.
which gave the bar a nice look. It gave a
The
official
bar was
look.
full.
Yeah.
Tons of vodka.
Yeah.
Couple kegs.
Yeah.
There was liquor?
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of vodka and a bit of rum, and then a
Whiskey.
personal stash of whiskey. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I was sharing, but yeah. And
then to the south of that was the pizza station.
yeah, that was Griff's
So we
Pizza Station.
ordered 12 extra large pizzas.
I've
from
never seen a
Fazola's.
box that big.
Yeah.
dude.
The guy that showed up to deliver was in a Toyota Prius, and he looks at me and he's
the
like,
hell
"If
did
I was
you
gonna
get it?
help him, bringing the pizzas in, these things are huge.
You can't even
Huge.
get that box in your Prius. How did he get that in there?
I don't know, but they all fit, all 12 of them.
The Hummer with a Prius shell.
But it was great. The pizza was good. We had a lot left over. They were huge slices. People really couldn't believe
And
how
then,
big they are.
and Anna, you would have loved it. The soundtrack was just one artist. Who do you think it was?
Bowie!
Yeah, people kept telling me to change it. I was like, nope.
Nope.
No, I was telling Rafa to
you
change.
hid the phone, you know.
Yeah,
That's
that was
awesome.
that
Good
was
call,
the whole
Rafa.
first
You
half
didn't
was
tell me that.
Bowie.
Good call. Good call.
The full first half
Oh.
on the way back when everybody got back, I switched it.
So
But
the
wait.
scene was
Yeah.
awesome. People were coming in. People were dressed like stealth, or there were all kinds of people.
That's
I mean, it
awesome.
was a whole mix. Tons of women. I mean,
I'm
usually-
sorry. I almost
seriously,
choked. I was drinking my
Binders full
wine.
of
you know.
women.
seriously,
Binders full of
usually,
women.
Usually let's be honest, the Calusa Club or pre-Calusa Club, what was a pre-Calusa Club, the parties were, it was a dude ranch.
Yeah, the cornhole was a dude ranch.
Sausage
Yeah,
fest.
or, whatever, a backyard barbecue or something. I mean,
Yeah.
but
no.
this was different, right?
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Because I was the organizer.
Yeah. Well, you hit it out of the park with that one. And so we were there for what, like about an hour or something. And at one point, or no, maybe about 45 minutes, Rafa calls all the captains over. Rafa.
Yeah, and I'm not even ready to answer. I don't even know. That's you need to plan a little more. In the
Rafa did this by
in the
himself,
words
by
of
the way.
the late Jim Haney, the 7 Ps, man. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And I didn't have all the proper planning, and so people are asking me questions like, do we have to be in the picture with the object? That the scavenger hunt worked, that it was a huge list of 150 things or so, where you had to go find them and take a picture of them, or take a picture with your team with the thing, ideally. But I was like, well, you don't have to be with the object, because I didn't want to make it so if you had one thing on the list that you didn't get with a teammate that it wouldn't count or something like that. But at the same time, when you asked me, I was like, oh no, are people just going to exploit it and never get their teammate in and just snap pictures of things?
Well, when I asked
Just
you,
the opposite. You asked me, and I was like, well, if there's a tiebreaker,
Rafa's like, yeah, you got to have all your teammates in there.
yeah.
I was like, all right, all of them?
yeah. And so Manny,
A lot of
I was worried
selfies.
that Manny was going to try and game the system, but instead he comes back. Every single picture he had was with 4 teammates,
That's
and
awesome.
it was awesome.
That's
It
the
was
way
awesome.
to do it,
Yeah.
man. That's the way to do it. I like that.
I mean, it's the fun of it, because getting in the frame of those pictures, you have a book of 50 pictures that are just classic pictures. So,
And the
Yeah.
items on the list were great.
well,
How'd you come
let's
up
let's
with
talk
those?
let's talk about the list.
150 is a lot.
Let's
Oh,
talk about the
you
list.
have
a little
the
bit. Yeah,
list,
let's talk
right?
about the list a little bit.
Okay.
Yay.
So the way the list was laid out was in categories, value categories
Of difficulty.
Yeah,
level.
of difficulty.
Yeah.
So they were all. This is going to be our trivia question tonight.
Okay. 305-361-8557 is the number.
This is an easy one, man. This is a really easy one. Okay, and we better get a winner tonight. We're gonna get a winner tonight.
Someone better
We
call
are.
it.
We are, Manny.
You win some
You can
fresh
call
banana
any one
Georgia
of us.
pecans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do win
We
some
have an
pecans for sure.
overload of the night.
We've got pecans and spades over here. What do all these people have in common? Frank Drebin, Inspector Clouseau, Sam Spade, Hercule Poudre, Poodle, Sherlock Holmes, and of course, Columbo. What do all these people have in common?
Were these
Call
your
in
category names?
Yeah.
305-361-8557
That is
or
a
any
good
one of
trivia
our cell
question.
phones. That's our trivia question for tonight.
Great.
And so this list, all of these categories, those were the names of the categories.
That's awesome.
That's not the right answer, by the way, on the trivia. It's not the names of the
What did they
categories,
have
even
in
though it was.
common? They were the category
Yeah.
names.
So there's 1-pointers, 3-pointers, 5, 7, 10, and 30-pointers. So if you have a picture of yourself with this 30-point item,
That's a big one.
that's 30 points in your
Yeah.
book, okay? And the list was great.
Give me an example of a 30-pointer, please.
Well, yeah, definitely.
wasn't here.
I mean, we got some good ones. One of my favorites was for 3 points. Rafa, for 3 points. This is a great one, dude. Pouring, item number, it doesn't have numbers here. Pouring 7-Eleven nacho cheese directly into your mouth. There's a video of Nani doing that. Nani Arguelles doing that at the 7-Eleven.
Saw that one. It was great.
So
It's a
good.
great video.
It's so good.
Everyone should see that.
I think
Yeah.
I got selected years ago when we first did the scavenger hunt. I think I was the one from the group to do that. So nasty.
It's on our Calusa
It's an
Club
amazing
Facebook page. He takes it into the mouth with no hesitation, and then shows it in the camera in his mouth. It's gross. I don't know if he spit it out or not.
And then runs into
And
the
no,
cooler,
and then he
or what was
proceeds
it?
to walk into a walk-in freezer where they're like, he walks into the ice box.
It was not a walk-in freezer. That's the funniest part. That it was the ice box. It was not even.
It is a
It
walk.
is a
I hope they gave him
But
the
it's not
walk-in
like the
freezer
bigger
for that.
one,
you know?
I hope they
That's
gave
so
him the
funny.
points because
He
they're
even
like, a
says
walk-in
it.
freezer. And he's like, it is a fucking walk-in freezer.
No, what he says is they're like, we need a walk-in freezer,
I
and he
walked
goes,
in.
I walked in. So it's
Nani, that was for
That
me, a
is
clip of the
awesome.
night. That was a clip of the night for sure. And then there was another great one I saw, wearing a diaper. These guys, I think it was Harry and his crew. They went into CVS. My son, he's like, hey, Dad, I saw some guys at CVS. And then later on at Sir Pizza, and they were like running around there crazy. They went into wearing a diaper for 3
Yeah.
points. Went into
That's
CVS, but somehow opened a diaper pack and got in there.
That's funny.
Rafa, you see that
yeah,
picture?
yeah.
Who was that?
That
Harry,
was,
right?
Yeah, that was like Harry's team.
So you guys got a projector or what at the beach club to put up all the pictures?
Yeah, I put
Awesome.
up some of the pictures because I had to. Everybody had to send them to me to my phone, and then I put them up. But some people didn't send them because
Some great ones, man. The Peacock Street sign, to be with a Peacock Street sign. That's a good one. A cow in the bushes. I mean, how many people? A lot of people got that.
a lot of people knew
Yeah,
where the
people
cow
knew
in the
that.
bushes were, and
I had
a
no
lot of
idea.
people were totally confused. Like they didn't know that was a thing.
I had no idea.
But there's a on what's the street? Sable Drive.
Yeah, no,
Sable-
it's Sable Palm and Beechwood over there.
Yeah, no, Sable Palm and Allendale, or yeah, and Beechwood, yeah, and
Allendale
Beechwood,
runs even.
yeah, and so right there, there's a cow in the bushes.
It's
literally,
the Coral
it's
Castle's
like
Pops' house. We know the guy.
Yeah.
Pops.
Funny.
I mean, he's back of the cop car. I know we walked outside of a house. I mean, we went to Court's house. We had Court's house, Craig's house, and Will's house. 3 of our 5 were all within a block of each other. So those guys had everything. And Court's house is like, he's got boats in his backyard. He's got, jacuzzi. He has a fireplace.
It's got it all.
That's awesome. That's already on the list.
He had the Tropical Rags logo.
yeah,
Did you
which
see that?
was like, I mean, for those that don't know, Tropical Rags was a store in the '90s. It was like a skate surf shop. That
Billy
was great.
Pesh's shop.
Yeah,
Billy Pesh, Mac's
which
dad.
I used
By
to
the
hang
way-
out with at. Like, I used to like loiter there as a kid, and I have fond memories of it. So that's why I put it in.
So he put it in there, and we were the last team, I think, to be evaluated. And when Grant was looking through it, he's like, nobody got a Tropical Rags. Right?
Well,
yeah,
if,
nobody.
if the listeners can't tell, Manny's team won.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
It was close. It was
really
close.
We'll talk about that, how
Yeah.
close it was. But yeah, so anyway, Court had a Tropical Rags logo on a surfboard that hung was a sign in
Awesome.
front of the house. He had that in his house by chance. What else was? Oh, so the 30-pointers, Anna.
Yeah, I want one at least
30-pointers were
because that's big.
the Aldridge Dungeon.
No one got in there.
Nobody got in
Nah.
there. The
What is
Aldridges. Okay, so the Aldridges used to live on the corner of what is it?
Fernwood.
Fernwood
Fernwood
and Enid.
One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it would be Fernwood and Enid right there, where the Nedevs also live. It's a duplex, a really big one. And they had a kind of, I guess it was underground because you go down a couple steps to get
It
in
wasn't
there.
like a full basement, but it was kind of.
Yeah, and it was a
Yeah.
big basement area where they had a pool table and a bar all set up. It
Beer
was really
caps on the
awesome.
ceiling,
And
yeah.
we used to call it the dungeon because there was no windows. So it's like this really dark room. They had a great sports, what do they
even
call these
tra-
things?
even-
Like a man room or man cave
Yeah, man
kind of
cave.
thing.
Even
But
Travis
before man
Aldridge
caves
didn't
were
get
around, we just
Yeah.
called it the dungeon.
Even Travis didn't get that one.
No.
So no one got that,
No, yeah.
okay? The ones people got were Crazy Dave, And Crazy Dave, a picture with Crazy Dave was the clue.
I saw
A
yours.
lot of people don't know who Crazy Dave is.
I saw yours.
So a couple people got that. Apparently, these guys, the second place team, Chris, what's the name of that team? Chris, Geeky.
Something dogs. What was it
I
called?
forgot the name.
Second place dogs, we're going to call them. They apparently got to the house, and it took them 15 minutes to get Crazy
15
Dave out.
minutes.
He walked out with a shot glass in his hand, because when we got there, we rolled up, and just as they were finishing, we got a picture with him. He had a shot glass in his hand. I thought they gave it to him. I offered him a beer. I gave him a beer. We got a picture of him. He had his zipper down. We covered it up for him. And
Barely.
How dense was it?
and then at the end, I said, "Hey, Dave, we're doing a scavenger hunt. Why don't you come back to the beach club, and we're having a party there. Be there at 10. Beach club at 10." And he goes, "What is it? Some kind of a mass arrest over there? I'm not going over there." Oh man.
Good picture.
The other
was
one
good.
was Mash to Point. A picture on the tip of Mash to Point, and that was a 30-pointer.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about the 30-pointers. I didn't think anybody would get any of them. Okay, when
Really?
I wrote them down,
Awesome.
I wrote them down as like pipe dream ideas that I thought would be cool if somebody did it, but I didn't think anybody would actually do it. And when teams actually did more than one of them, I was very surprised. So like Master Point is now behind 2 fences. Okay, so I was like, no one's getting back there, no one's gonna do that. People did it. A lot of people did it.
At least 3, I know.
Yeah.
But more than that, because when we got there, again, the second place team was there, and they were coming out of there, and they were coming over the fence, the second fence, which is, all the way inside.
That's funny.
And Geeky, Howdigi, I think it was, he's like, they totally saw us. There's people in there. Good luck. And he jumps over the fence and scoots out. He takes off. We go, and I'm like, fuck, we got to do this, man. We got to do it. It was the very end of the night. It was our last one.
You're like,
and then the
"It's
empty lot on
happening."
the way back, the empty lot on the water on the way back, and that was it. And so I jumped the fence, and Will comes with me, and we run, and we're running. We see the house, and we see that the house is all lit up. I mean, we see people walking in the house, right? We ran alongside the house, ran past the downstairs window, saw a big black dude sitting inside there. We pass him, we're gone. We run all the way out there to the seawall? All the way to the very tip.
Yeah,
We follow
yeah.
the seawall all the way to the end, and we're videotaping it. Got the end, mashed a point, boom. What we didn't do, which would have been great, which was what Vincent did. Vincent ran all the way out there. You know this guy, Vincent?
Vite?
yeah, Vite,
Okay, Alexa's
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, Alexa, who was
Alexa
here on the
was
show
here
last
last
week.
week, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Her brother, yeah.
Well, shout out to Vincent, man. That guy.
He's the coolest.
That guy, he represented. I saw an underwater picture of him too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He got to the end of Master Point where we did also, and he turned around and took a picture of the house,
house.
which was a great.
That's awesome.
The only that can only be taken from Master Point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
He got the
perfect.
house like really long shot.
I think Austin and Nikita went. Were they a team?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they didn't get past the house. They ran into the people. They're like, hey, we're on the scavenger hunt. On the way back off that point, how we didn't get shot and killed, I don't know, man. I don't know, because if the guy says, yeah, I shot and killed Manny and Will because I saw these 2 guys on my new $50 million house, what are you going to say?
You were trespassing.
Trespassing. Exactly. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry about that, Mr. Mustopoulos. But
Guys, Manny's in the studio standing up. Like, it's pretty amazing. I wish you could see it. Telling his stories, like fake running.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good
It's
stuff.
awesome. That's
So anyway, convened back to the house there, and these guys talk to me about your tallying process. I mean,
Oh my God, it took forever.
Looked brutal, by
What'd you
We're
have to
gonna
do
have
to
to-
prove it? You had to show everybody's list. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. When we came out of the Mash to Point house, we came back over the fence. We get back to our cart, and our list is gone.
Ooh.
The whole list that we had done everything that day
Whack.
was gone, and we're like, fucking those guys. Those guys took our list, man. And Craig and Corey like, what, man? Are you serious? I bet it was that guy with the green shirt, man. Those guys took our list.
And how'd you get it back?
We didn't.
How'd you win?
We got back, and we said,
Give us our list.
Alex, dude, you took our list, man. Alex Cervera and
Oh.
Chris and these guys. And we had all the pictures and everything,
yeah.
so all we had to do was, get a blank
I
list.
know, and you were at the end anyway, so it's not like you needed the list to go do stuff.
And thank God it was the last thing we did.
But wait, did they really take the list?
Well, I don't know, but when we got back, I don't know if you noticed, but when we got back, you remember Alex Rivera?
Yeah.
I was like, "Where's your shirt, dude?" Remember that?
I didn't see that happen, but I heard the story.
What was the story?
What? That he took off his shirt somewhere and then he couldn't find it. And then
Manny
I
has
heard
it in his
tell the
back
rest of the story.
Well, I don't know. We eventually got it back, but he got his sweatshirt and all that back. But I don't know if there's some pictures. I think the picture of the I think the winning picture has it.
Oh, really? He's still wearing the shirt?
I think Will's wearing Alex's shirt.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I like the shenanigans that went down that I didn't realize.
We said to
I like that
ourselves when we were coming back from Mashta, after we realized these guys took our list, and they still say they didn't do it, but we said, you know what? Damn right they took the list. That's the key right thing to do, man. That's what I would have done. That's what you should have done, right? And
That's good.
So whatever. We came back. You tallied them up.
Yeah, it took an hour and a half to tally all the teams. It took forever.
How many teams was it?
So what were the
finally?
scores?
A lot.
16 or something.
awesome.
I still haven't looked. I have all the lists at home.
What was the kind of the breakdown? Wasn't it like it was a 2-horse race? It was
Yeah, it was
up
you and
2 points away,
and
3
the
points.
dogs, and then the 60s team, which was Tony Gowdy's team, was in third.
What'd they have?
I don't remember how many points,
Yeah.
but they weren't as close.
And then after that, what happened? Griff, how'd you guys do?
Oh, so I was taking care of the pizza, but I had coordinated to do a team, and I told a friend of mine, I was like, "Look, see if you could ask your brother
We're
for
all
his
friends
golf
here.
cart."
We're all friends here.
you mean Sandy?
Which friend?
So my like little kid brother Sandy, he's like a best friend of mine, and so I told him, "Hey, look, ask your brother. He just got a brand new golf cart. Ask him if we could use it. If not, I'll go to KB Green and I'll rent one." So he calls me. He's like, "No, hey, my brother lent it to me." I was like, "Great, so charge it." Fine. He says, yeah, I'll take care of it. I'm pretty sure it's charged, but, I'll go check. Later on during the day, I told him, charge it. Yeah. So it comes to me, all right, everybody got fed with a pizza, so I'm like, all right, let's do the hunt. Get on the golf cart. There's only enough, about 50% power. Oh, great. He never charged it. We got to the Miami-Dade Fire Department. We lasted 25 minutes max, and we had to turn around and go back.
No.
And we did as many things as we can at Ocean Club and walked the beach towards the beach club.
Oh.
So, he didn't charge the golf cart.
Boo. Bad move.
Wow.
Miami-Dade Fire Station
Wow.
was another one, and just another item why he went to the fire station.
Boo.
Yes.
But overall, it was good. We had a lot of fun doing it. So,
And then another 30-pointer was a picture on the Gypsy.
That's awesome.
and
Yeah.
somebody did.
Which I
Someone
should have
did it.
known
Did
that.
it.
I should have known that. I should have.
You
I
should
should have
have
had
thought
that
about it,
teed
yeah.
up. That would have been super easy.
Yeah,
And to
I
go
mean,
in and out.
because there was a lot of things at the yacht club too, so getting out to the Gypsy would have been.
In fact,
I mean, it was easy for the people who had a boat in the water, but for everybody else, it
Not maybe.
made no sense. They told me they did it in 10 minutes. Like, it was really easy once they were here. And since there were so many things to do at the yacht club, which was like hang from the crane, jump over a tennis net.
They're already here.
There were some other things that you could do here. So it was like, okay, well, may as well go out to the Gypsy if we
that would have
have
been an
if we
easy
have
one.
a way.
And in fact, all the things that I suggested. I mean, I suggested a couple things, but then I also made a list of what do I think it's going to be. Just kind of trying to get ahead of it. Of
course.
None of it happened. None of it. Not a single one thing happened. I mean,
funny.
the Gypsy would have been an easy one.
So, Manny, what's next on the?
So anyway, yeah, that was a great night, Rafa. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you very
you.
much.
Yay.
Big success.
We're going to keep going and talk of the town. It's a big weekend.
All right.
This weekend, all the way around. There was a petition that was so anyway. Okay, hang on a second. Hey, buddy, just stand by. We're going to bring you on in a second. All right.
Manny's queuing up the guest.
Yeah, queuing
Yeah.
up. We have a guest tonight. So Friday night after the rib-off, and certainly after the party at the yacht club, Tom Weber's 45th, I think, with live bait playing. There was a convergence of people at the Keyhole. It was a super fun party, super fun night. And a resident here on the island decides that he's, just had a few too many. I mean, come on. Which of us haven't? and he's going to leave his car at the parking lot. He leaves his car at the parking lot. He comes home the next week, and he walks home or gets a ride home or something, and comes over there the next morning and finds a boot on his car, and he's not happy. So he puts a petition together.
That goddamn booter.
It's a common. The booter, Chico. Who did that? The booter, a common theme. It's not a week that goes by that we don't talk about the booter somewhere here. Strikes again, boots this guy, but this time the citizen decides, you know what? I'm not going to take this. Puts together a petition, blasts it through Facebook, social media, and all that. Writes a letter. He said, look, come on, man. I couldn't drive home. All right, were you going to boot me? We should have some kind of solution. So
why do you punish me for having drinks? Why am I
at the bar?
He's being smart about it. He doesn't want to drink
at the bar. So let's get him on and let him explain. Let him explain.
Gus, we're gonna bring you on right now.
And we'll talk about it.
We got Gustavo here, and we're told no last names, so there is a sense of anonymity here for you, buddy. How's it going, man? Thanks for calling in.
Doing well. No, thank you. Going well.
I wanted to ask you just kind of what's been the reaction to your petition? Positive, negative?
Put it right on top. We now have approximately 150 people who have signed the petition over the last 4 or 5 days, 6 days. And I don't think it's extremely positive support. If you read through the comments as well, just not on the petition, but on my Facebook, it's generated probably over 100 comments as well. I didn't know until this, about a bunch of different stories where this booting company is basically putting boots on people when they're going into a store, and let's say it's a 60-minute parking or 25-minute parking, or they're dropping off a box into a store. They come back to their car and it has a boot on, and basically they're threatening to tow your car unless you pay the $65. I understand also that this booting service or company is totally unregulated as well. But it's been a lot of positive support, and a lot of people have offered help to try and do something about it.
Gus, that booter's a total extorter, man. He extorts people on the key, basically.
Yeah, so
Again, I'm sorry?
No, Rafa was just commenting that the booter is an extorter. It's just extorting.
Yeah, and it's basically a form of extortion. It is.
So, Gus, what's been the reaction or feedback? I mean, your petition called for a ban on the Key Colony Plaza.
No, boycott.
Correct. Go ahead.
On all the establishments there, all hours.
Correct. And you know what? As this has been, developing over the last week, I guess it's taking life on its own. And rather than boycotting Key Colony Plaza, because it is unfair for the merchants to boycott this when it's really the plaza management. Because I've spoke to 3 of the merchants on the plaza who have gone up to the Key Colony management to ask them to please stop booting vehicles, being in the 2 restaurants and keyhole. And from what I understand, the plaza management, I cannot verify this, but this is what they have told me. The Key Colony Plaza management does not care and will not remove the booting service from their state. And it's really, really frustrating because, I live maybe 10 blocks from Keyhole, and as you know, the other day from the petition, I was there drinking for about 4 or 5 hours, and I said, okay, do I drive home or do I leave my car and get a ride or walk home? And I ended up getting a ride to my house. This is not something I want to do. It's a pain in the butt for me to have to go the next morning, pick up my car, bring it back home, and so on.
Especially if you do that several times a week.
Yeah.
The businesses are complicit. The businesses to a certain extent are. I know they don't want it, but it's only going to be us boycotting them and then them complaining to the management that's going to make them change. Because if the management doesn't listen, then they'll listen when every single business says something and it's like we're losing business because of this, So you can feel bad for the business, but in the end, there's only one way to do it, and it's what you suggested, which is the boycott.
So
Correct.
So Gus, as far as solutions, what's going to happen here? Nothing's going to be status quo.
No. Actually, I was talking to a couple friends as well. One of them, Bill Stevens, and we've been kind of brainstorming with ideas to what we can do about this to help to at least regulate, if not just do an outright ban on the island with the booting service, which everybody's in support for this. Or not everybody, most of the island, of the people I've spoken with. thing that we want to do is take this petition, along with some of the testimonials, some of the stories, go to a council meeting, and we got to put together, I guess, a 3 to 5 minute presentation, basically explaining our story, and hopefully the city will do something about this, or at least look into the issue, and possibly regulating, if not outright banning it, as I just mentioned. Again, I'm also open to other suggestions and ideas, but this is not going to stop here. It wasn't a petition. I really want to do something because this, as you know, we had somebody recently die in a car accident on the island. I mean, and this was a factor in me deciding not to drive home. It's really a safety concern. If anything, at least in the plazas where there's bars, because people can go out to a dinner, have 2 bottles of wine, 3 bottles of wine between 2 people, and you should not be driving home. You could run over a kid, and then, the kid, you ruin a kid's life, and you ruin your life.
All right, Gus. All right.
You're also thinking to yourself, you're drunk or buzzed or whatever. You're thinking, okay, I only live 6-7 blocks home. I can get away with it. That way they don't boot my car in the morning. So it's basically promoting bad behavior.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I know there's a lot of talk about just kind of planning a little bit better and that sort of thing. So, someone's always going to not do the right thing, and we're glad you did. All right. So
thank you, Gus.
Thanks for the call in. Appreciate it, brother, and fight the good fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
It is a good fight.
We're taking up on the issue as well.
All right, Gus. Take care. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Is this Gus the rib-off Gus?
Yeah, there's rib off, Gus. Yeah, man. The fact that parking lot is never full. They don't have a parking problem over there, okay? They don't have a parking problem, number one.
Could it be as easy as the bar gives someone a card?
A permit.
No.
And say, I want to park here overnight, don't boot me.
You know what's probably happening, and this is pure speculation, but let me ask you something. There's no parking problem in your place, right? But you know that the booter knows that he's going to be able to boot somebody at some point because of the way the rules are set. So like, someone leaves their car overnight, even though the parking lot's empty, just the car overnight, I get to boot him. The manager, he's like, no, we're not changing this policy. Now, why would he, after like 3 businesses ask him to change the policy in a parking lot that's never full, and he doesn't want to change the policy?
Well, they take the parking lot pretty seriously there. I don't know if you've noticed, there's a guy sometimes that sits there and tells you, go left.
I know. What is that?
Go left.
I know where I'm going. I know who you're talking about.
Because they want to maintain the right of way.
You think the manager's getting kickbacks from the booths?
How big can they be?
I think he has to pay off the boots.
Huh?
I think the guy, the booter, is just trying to pay off the boots that he paid for.
Yeah, that too, but he's got every business on the key now.
If Gannon were here, he would say, enough about the booter.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but he's, he doesn't care because he never goes out, so he doesn't have a problem with the booter.
I do like Manny's idea of the bar because the boot situation, if there's someone overnight, we know people that don't have parking in their buildings, and they park all over the key, and if people just leave their cars overnight there as their personal parking lot, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
So we know that. So I like the idea of the bar giving you a pass. Hey, like,
It's a check. Okay, this guy's okay, because really, how many people go to the keyhole anyway, right? I mean, they're not going to fill half of a section of a section.
Definitely won't.
So, and they'll always,
Man, I hope he gets his way and they do something about this booting, because it's just ridiculous. Like he said, you're going to think twice. Oh, I'm going to drive home tonight because I know there's a boot here tomorrow. I know there's a boot here. I'm driving home. I don't care that I'm leaving the bar. I would leave my car, but I'm driving home because I'm going to get booted.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So in more talk of the town.
Can I tell you something? I fucking hate the booter.
The
boot culture.
You just cursed?
Did he just drop the F-bomb?
Is it because you're not hosting?
Yeah.
Wow. Rafa, really?
Rafa, what was it?
I've said it a million times, but the boot culture is just horrible.
buddy.
I don't really care about the booter, but the whole thing just pisses me off. Like, it's so bad.
Hey.
And now the Presbyterian's doing it too.
So more talk of the town. We have some early names in the council scene for 2016. There's 2 votes, or Mr. Jim Tainer
in April.
On April 5th, is that an election?
It's an election.
And by who? By all of us?
Everybody can vote, and anybody can run.
And so that seat is going to be a 2.5-year appointment, because it's through 2018, I think, right?
Yeah, till the end of 2016. It's not even a 1.5-year appointment.
And there's there's word that Gary Gross is interested in that.
I'm not
so
even sure how long it is now.
you know Gary, right?
No, not familiar
No.
with him.
He's a member of Chico's Paddle Club.
You guys know
Do I know
Todd Gross?
You know
He's my
Todd
age.
Gross.
No,
Do I know him?
No.
He was at the cornhole tournament.
Yeah. So Gary Gary has promised to come on the show or make his announcement when he's ready to do it here on the show.
Really
Ooh,
cool.
nice.
So that's
That'll
thank
be
you
a
very much
treat.
for that, Gary. That'll be great. In fact, so has Allison McCormick. Allison McCormick, I don't think you know her. You should know her. She's a fantastic, fantastic lady. Lived on the Key for about 4 years, so she's pretty new here. Super mom. Her husband's very cool, Tom. A great family. I think they have about 4 kids. She is exploring running, so she's also agreed to announce it here.
Awesome.
Who else? Oh, the friends of this show know this next name. We're at our barbecue over there in the GD at 155, and he's a resident there. He comes downstairs, hanging out. Hey, you want a fish taco, whatever? He says, you know what? I'm going to run for council. Michelle Ricalt.
Whoa.
No way.
No way.
Wow.
Michelle Ricalt. We're down there with Scott
Friends
Hardy,
of the
Mike
show.
Davey, Brian Connell. I mean, we're all down there.
Wow.
And he says that. And Lily Warner, you know, I mean, it's all. And he says, yeah, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it under a certain. What I'd like to see is the island be sort of divided not divided, but broken up into districts, right? You know where this is going, right?
I mean, he lives in the GD.
He lives in the GD, but he wanted to represent all of you guys too, the condo people.
Okay,
You know, sort
okay.
of a voice for the condo. You know.
Nice.
I like
And
that.
we
I
thought
like
that was cool, and he's bringing people in. People are like, really? They're walking in, Messiah, right?
I'll take
And
it.
then he goes, nah, I'm just kidding.
Ah.
Would have been awesome.
But not
Boo.
really. But yeah, I'm just kidding.
He's kind of feeling it out.
He's feeling it out.
Yeah.
He was
That
clearly
sounds
feeling
like
it out,
him.
which is a cool sign. And so keep your ears open for that. There's
Well,
another
he's got friends here, so
Yeah.
another potential candidate that I think will do a fantastic job as
we're
well.
gonna bring him out.
This person has also agreed to break it here. This person doesn't even want their name mentioned yet. So
Okay.
so we'll get some more of that coming down the road.
That's good.
Interesting.
More talk of the time. How are we doing on time?
It's 6, 7.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the end of our show.
I mean,
Rafa,
we
have something
have
for?
15 minutes. No, the thing I had was to offer the fresh man with Georgia pecans. But when you guys brought it out, it was like I was going to surprise you guys, and then
That's funny.
Came out to me early. He's like, "Hang on, I just got this one."
thing right at the beginning of Talk of the Town. I didn't want to do it right at the end, right at the
great.
beginning, you know. So,
Rafa, man, we saw it coming, dude. We put it at the intro.
Yeah, right.
Remember?
Yeah,
That's
we're
actually
like-
guys right after intros. We're doing it.
That was good. That was good.
That was your moment. That was your window
Yeah, right.
during the intro. You were all engineering over there.
But we still got time. The show goes
Yeah.
from an hour to an
All
hour
right,
and
all right,
15.
all
So
right.
if you have
And
anything
on
else
the night.
there, we can do it.
Well, there was. It's all. None of this is really. It hasn't come out. You'll read about it in the Islander, but
Okay.
We'll kind of give you the story the way it is in the Islander. I have a. We have the police scanner, right? You guys have one too. You know
No.
what's going on here on the key.
No.
You mean you?
Yeah.
So on Sunday, apparently on Sunday this weekend,
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. So
there was an incident where some boys were throwing rocks or something, playing around, and over there at one of the condos, and allegedly, some people saw them doing it, and they said that the rock hit a 4-year-old kid. No evidence of that.
So wait.
How old are the kids,
Some
though?
kids were throwing rocks.
Some kids were. Okay, let's start over again.
start over.
Start over again. 2 men slapped some kids around.
That's where we're going.
2 grown men slapped some kids around. It wasn't cool. There's more to come on this. I don't really think we can talk about this completely.
No
We
one's
don't
listening.
know,
No
or
one's
what?
listening.
How much did they slap him?
We can't really get into this, dude. I don't think we should do it.
Why? You don't know? How much?
No, I
they
don't know.
slapped
I
him?
don't know.
How
I
many
didn't see it.
slaps were there?
I didn't see it. Some kids were throwing rocks. Some people saw it and they didn't like it. They chased these kids, 12-year-old kids, 9 to 12 years old. Caught up to the kids, threw them into the ground, slapped them to the point of the kids crying, tears. Kids reported to the parents. What would you do?
Oof. That's. I mean, if you hit my kid, I'll probably hit you back.
Well, you would be. No, how would you feel?
I would
So
love
right
to
there.
slap a kid throwing rocks.
You would, Rafa.
Oh, wow, Rafa.
you
I'm
mentioned
never
that.
babysitting my future kids.
I've
ever.
seen kids say, "You can't touch me. You can't touch me." I've seen that. I've seen it. I've seen it happen here on the key. Okay? Okay? That's a different mentality than it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I could definitely get touched. In school they could hit us. And they can legally.
Where'd you go to school?
In Key Biscayne Elementary. Legally, in Florida, they haven't abolished corporal punishment in schools, but they don't use it anymore.
Oh my god.
But you could get hit. You would get called into the principal's office, and he had a big paddle, and he would
That was
he would
not of
show
our
it
time.
in your head.
That was
your
not of
time.
our time.
Oh my
I'm
God,
sorry.
cages.
No.
Anybody who went to school with me knew Mr. Woodegren and his big freaking paddle.
Which school?
That was like
Key
the
Biscayne Elementary.
60s.
He was the vice principal,
You're
Mr.
kidding me.
Woodegren, and he would bring out the paddle.
No.
At that time, he wouldn't use it anymore,
See? No.
but he could. Okay. Now, do you
Did
think
you ever get
could you
slapped
even
with a paddle?
Could you even threaten somebody with a paddle now?
No. You're
Yeah.
right about that.
Okay.
But did you ever get paddled? That's
No.
like of Manny's era.
No.
Yeah, for sure. No, that was before me.
Yeah, that was before Manny.
That was before
That was
me.
before Manny.
I'm just
That was
saying.
like Chico's era.
Yeah, that's our
These
parents'
kids
era,
threw
man.
some rocks and hit a kid in the face or
No,
something.
they didn't. They
Oh,
didn't.
They didn't hit anybody?
No, the kid. There was no kid that was hit.
Oh, that's different.
They
I
were
thought you
just
said a
throwing-
4-year-old got hit.
No, allegedly.
Wow.
There was.
Well, that's what
The
caused
whole
guy
thing
to
is
come and-
allegedly.
The whole
Yeah.
thing is alleged. That's why we can't really comment on it.
Yeah,
little
but if we're going to
complicated.
assume that the guys actually hit the kids, then we can assume that the kids
Well-
hit the kid with the rock, right?
There was a witness. There was a witness.
That says that they never hit the kid with the rock?
No, that
No,
says
the
that the
guys
guys
hit
hit
the
the
kids.
kids.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And there was.
But I don't think
there was
somebody would run after
they-
some
they-
kids and hit them if
For
they didn't
fun.
hit their kid with a rock. You think they would?
I don't know.
Sounds complicated.
Sounds complicated.
So
We know what Rafa's
there
for.
will be more on that. We promise. That was just a really bad teaser. There will be more of that.
All right.
We'll definitely hear about
I'm all
that.
for a bit of corporal punishment. Just a little shock, you know?
Rafa likes the pain.
A little shock.
punishment.
It's just a little shock because these kids, I'm telling you, man, they feel invincible. And
You know, you
A
should
little
go
s- a
hitting
little
other
s-
people's kids, dude.
Well, no, I mean
can hit
these
your own
these,
kids, do what you
these are
want.
not the
A
kids that
slap.
would do that. These are not the kids that would do that.
that would hit somebody with a rock?
Yeah.
So you're saying you
was a
think these
mistake.
people actually just hit them for no reason? That's
Yeah.
what you think?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, no, because they were throwing rocks against some wall.
But that's still weird.
It would be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because if you got a guy like me, okay.
Oh.
Let me tell you my perspective here. Okay.
Oh.
Get a guy like me, but hasn't grown up here, okay? So grows up somewhere else where corporal punishment is still totally acceptable. And then you have a guy like me who would hit a kid. I wouldn't hit a kid now just because I know the legality of it and I know I'd get in trouble like this. But I think it's totally fine to grab a kid and be like, and slap him and be like, yo, what are you doing? You know? But
I did the other day at the museum. I was reading the didactic next to a photograph.
Anna, you didn't hit a
And
kid.
no, but this is what I did. And we have a friend who saw this happen and was like, whoa. I was reading the didactic, and the stupid kid that had been loud and annoying the whole time I was looking at the exhibition stood right in front of me, right in front of the didactic. So I grabbed him by the shoulders and I moved him aside. And then I realized what I had done, and the mom was right there, and I was just like, I just physically moved the child, and even that is like frowned upon.
as
Did
if
you
children are
acknowledge it?
sacred or
I
something.
was
You didn't
like,
do anything to him.
I didn't, but I did touch her kid and move the kid. But this is the
too
thing.
bad.
Well, she was speaking Portuguese to the kid, and they were Brazilian, so I felt like entitled to touch the kid and move the kid. But then I realized if it were like an American family, I feel like, dude, I moved that kid out of my way. I was like,
man,
I moved him physically.
It's like a mortal sin right there. You moved the
I don't
kid.
know. You're not allowed to touch people, man. I don't know.
I know, but it's ridiculous.
It is.
Well, I don't think you're allowed to tackle a 12-year-old kid and slap him in the
No,
face.
that might be a little much.
I don't think you're allowed to do
that
that.
might be a little much.
And if the kid did hit your kid,
By
you
mistake.
say, "Let's go. We're going to see your parents right now. Where do you live?" Or we go straight to security, and that's what you do. So
I agree.
but then what? You
No
grab
hitting
him
the
like
kid.
sternly? Is that all right?
if they try to run away, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You chase them. Yeah.
All you can do is really nowadays is scare them.
You know what? Yeah, you got to chase them.
All you can do is scare them.
I mean, I remember as a kid.
And then they go, and then let me tell you, as a kid, they run away, and they're like, we got away, we're fucking awesome.
That's the
Chase.
second time that you cursed tonight.
I don't care.
Oh.
I'm in the peanut gallery now.
in the Pecan Gallery.
Oh.
Nice. All right. Well, anyway, so stay tuned for that. What other news we have? Oh, there was a story today that the Herald reports
Yeah.
that rich people in Key Biscayne want to shut down the Duran Duran concert.
Yeah, that's
Meanwhile,
great.
I
love
didn't
this.
even know Duran Duran was coming.
Nobody did.
No one does.
And they're selling tickets, by the way.
Well, it's all about the tennis.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a tennis event, April 2nd, I think, or April 1st, and maybe it's just an April Fool's joke.
That would have to be on
The
Lord.
comments today
Yeah.
online were this article comes out that that they want to do a concert there and that the village of Key Biscayne won't allow it. The rich, snooty, pretentious, entitled people in Key Biscayne.
It's a
Yeah.
Comments
man.
were awful.
One thing I keep thinking about when I read these things, like where every time the Key comes out in the news doing anything, they rile on us for being snooty or whatever, is that the rich, snooty people aren't even engaged in civic action at all. At all. It's the regular people who are complaining. It's like the people like you, me, whatever, like it's not the people with the super millionaires are just coasting. They never pop their heads up at council meetings or anything like that. It's the real people who have lived here forever who are always like active in these type of things. So the Key did lodge a complaint, and then honestly, you can move a Duran Duran concert. And as much as I jammed to Duran Duran a couple years ago, pretty heavy, I mean, I'm not saddened that if it doesn't go down, I don't know. They can do it somewhere else.
Somewhere else, then.
There's a lot of venues that they can choose from.
And it's about making a point of like, hey, don't break the rules. Stop breaking the damn rules. Stop. We have an agreement that says that you can only do the tennis, and stop trying to do all these things that are not allowed, basically. And it doesn't matter if people like a Duran Duran concert or not. It's just like, stop trying to break these rules because you're totally invading on our rights, basically, to a certain extent. Yeah. So I get it. If it was a crappy band, nobody would have a problem. It's Duran Duran, so people are like,
I think
I like
people are
Duran
just
Duran.
more like,
I like Duran
let's
Duran
party
too.
at
Don't
the
get me wrong. I
tennis.
like
Yeah.
Duran.
right? It's going to be cool. Something new at the tennis, at a concert, whatever. One
No,
night.
stop
big deal.
breaking the rules. Rafa's right.
One thing I want to talk about. I just heard about this. I didn't even know about this. Are we finished?
I got 5 minutes.
We'll tee this up for another conversation. I want to learn more about the Village Engagement Committee.
Oh, you should join that
Yeah.
next year.
Well, I heard it's invitation only.
Yeah, I can get you an invite.
So
I'm on the in. I did it last year.
yeah. So I know they do a couple a year, and I heard about the last one and the people that were there.
It's kind of redundant for people who have lived here forever. The point of the Village Engagement Academy is to educate Key Biscayners to find out about how Key Biscayne works and where the power is and how moves are made and how decisions are made on the Key.
Right.
Okay?
So I think that
You kind of already know that. I kind of already knew that when I went in. But what's nice
so it's not
is
it's not a
they bring in a lot of
activeness after that. I mean, there's no change or
No, but it does let people. It does. You can get active after that, and you meet the right people to get active. That's how I met Gary Gross.
I think it needs to be a good cross section of Key Biscayne.
Well, that's the thing. You go to this thing, and it's like half of the people are new Key Biscayners who seem to have a interest in civic engagement, and then half the people are old Key rats who have lived here so long, and then it's like if you're here and you are kind of participating, like someone like you, like who is doing all these things, like you need to meet all the people who also make moves on the Key. You know,
it just seems like a good venue to address the culture and those sorts of things.
They explain to you all these things that how the Key works and stuff like that, which you probably already know. But at the same time, they treat you to cocktails and dinner every time there's a meeting, so
Ooh.
it's kind of nice.
Well, you got Rafa. Thank you very much for the opportunity to host tonight.
Wow, you should host every
Griff,
night.
Anna,
We had a
thank you
great
very
time,
much.
We love
Good
you,
time.
Manny, yeah.
It's always such a pleasure to be out here on a Wednesday night. So, yeah, that's right, Chico.
Chico wants pecans.
We're signing off, man. January 20th.
Can we get like a 1, 2, 3 goodbye, or say what your piece? But let's do that at the end because it sounds really nice.
All right.
All
So
right.
let's go. Hey.
No, wait. You don't have anything else?
No, we're going to go with it. Now, you just follow me here.
Okay.
Ready? We're going to go 101.1 on 3. 101.1 on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
101.1.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.